Hi guys, as promised, I'm going to go ahead and give you an overview on self-myofascial release and some muscle tension release with my yoga balls. As well, I have a softball over there that I'm going to show you how to do some tension release on the calf muscles and the hamstring muscles. So we're going to start with self-myofascial release. I have a video on YouTube already, pretty much a full video on how to do this, but I'll give you a quick overview. To start my daily workouts by doing this because it helps my muscles engage better when I'm actually doing my workout. For example, when I do squats, I have super overactive quadriceps and I have really tight hip flexors, so it gives me like an excessive lean forward. So when I roll everything out and I stretch out real well, I tend to squat way better and I'm able to target the glutes. So on this one, I just go ahead and get my quad on there, my elbows down, and I just go ahead and roll out right here. I do this for about 30 seconds on each side, and sometimes I even go all the way up to the hip and back down. Okay? So I would do that for, like I said, about 30-40 seconds on each side. Then I'll do what's called my IT band, which runs up from my knee up to my hip. And I like to get this one real good. I just lay on the side of the foam roller. I put my opposite foot in front and I just roll like this. Usually all the way down to my knee and back up the side of my thigh. Same thing, about 30-40 seconds. I then move on to my latissimus dorsi on either side. I'll lay on my side like this with a slight tilt back. I'll put my my supporting leg behind me, behind this leg, and hips up off the ground and roll. Sometimes I'll find a tender area under my armpit right here, and I'll just pin that muscle and I'll roll back and forth. Again, both sides, 30-40 seconds. Then I'll try to get some adjustments in my back. I tend to pick my hip up first and I roll. Get those nerves going in there. Then I'll actually dip my hips and I'll arch over the foam roller. And I'll try to get some adjustments. And I got one. And then I just got the upper back right there. And I just got the upper back again. Feels great, gives you a little adjustment, kind of helps align some stuff. It's definitely not a chiropractor, but it feels great. So here are my therapy balls that I got from a yoga website, and I'll probably put that in the comments. They just look like this, and they actually come out so you can use them for muscle release in all other areas. So the first thing I do is I do my lower back because I have some lower back issues, plus like I said, I have some hip flexor tightness, so this really helps with that. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this on my lower back, upper buttocks area, and I'm going to make sure my spine's running right down the middle of the two balls. I'm going to go ahead and see if you guys can see this. Okay, then I'm going to dip my hips to the ground or put my butt on the ground. My feet are flat and my heels are pretty close to my butt. And basically I'm just holding it there, taking big deep breaths. And because I have tight hip flexors, I can actually feel this releasing in my hips and it feels great. I would do that for about 10 breaths. And then for somebody who has a lot of back issues, I would just keep doing this all the way up their back and just releasing tension all the way up. Most people have a lot of tension and stress in their neck area. So I would put this right here, and it's kind of up on your traps. I'll show you from a reverse angle. And basically I'm going to do this, and I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds, and then I'm going to start and pick my head up, and I'm going to roll my shoulders and give myself a little massage. After I feel good with that, I'm going to lift my arms up and back. And then sometimes I even externally rotate those hands, bring them up, and rotate in and rotate out. Thumbs out, thumbs in. Those are some of my favorite exercises for the back. These are amazing, and I'll put the link down in the comments so you guys can check them out. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to comment or find me on Facebook or Instagram. The final thing I wanted to show you guys was how to use an ordinary softball to release tension in your calves and your hamstrings. You're going to take this softball, you're going to find some tender areas on your calves. You're going to pin that tender area, and then you're going to flex your foot. You could probably find 2 or 3 tender areas on your calf muscle and flex. But remember, find the tender spot, pin the muscle, so push down just a little bit, let your weight go down on it, then flex. Okay? Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, and just get that muscle moving and stretching out. You'll do the same thing on your hamstring. Go ahead and get that muscle rolling out, find a tender area, pin it, and flex. Okay? Those are all great muscle tension release and stimulation for a lot of exercises, but for me in particular, I love doing that whole set before my leg day. It helps me target the glute area, and as I have super overactive quads and really tight hip flexors, if I don't do this, I end up using more of my quadriceps in my squats than my glutes. And if I'm trying to build a butt, using my quads for squats is not going to help me build a butt. So this definitely helps me target that backside area, and it's super, super helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me a question in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks, guys.